Hi, it's Donna Lee with Utterly Awesome Crafts, independent designer with Chalk Couture. Today's Chalk Couture project begins with this adorable wheelbarrow that I picked up at the Target dollar spot. To prep my surface, I'm just going to wipe it clean with a disinfectant wipe. The next step is to apply some finishing wax. I'm going to use a paper towel and apply it using circular motions all over the side that I'm going to chalk. So I'm going to come back and buff it after it's sat for a few minutes. So the transfer I'm using for this project is called Sweeter Than Honey. It is part of the Bee's Knees collection in the 2019 spring catalog. So I have a few Chalkology paste pulled out that I'm going to be using, and 2 of our Couture inks. As you can see, I have arranged the transfer onto my surface, and now I am ready to fuzz the transfer. I am using the Chalk Couture fuzzing cloth, but you can use a regular towel. So I'm going to line up the Sweeter Than Honey sentiment and just take my time to get it exactly where I want it. I use my fingertip to rub it down to get rid of any air bubbles in the silkscreen area and tilt it up so that I can see any areas that I might have missed with my finger. So to get my bumblebee Chalkology paste to the correct consistency, I'm just adding some distilled water that I've misted in. I'm going to apply the paste and use a mini squeegee to rub it through the silkscreen area. And I am leaving a rather thick coat so that it doesn't dry. So we'll do the same with the bumblebee Chalkology paste and apply it. And now it's time to remove the excess paste by using the mini squeegee and put it right back in the jar. It takes very little paste on these transfers. And we will repeat this same process with the bumblebee Chalkology paste. And now it's time to peel straight up for the reveal. And we are going to go ahead and show you how I clean my transfers using a simple water bath. I have placed the transfer in sticky side up. I am using a Chalk Couture board eraser to gently clean the silkscreen area. The water will remove most of the paste, but the little board erasers help to get all of the paste out of the silkscreen area. So I'm putting the silkscreen transfer onto my craft mat, and I'm going to use a disinfectant wipe. You can also use a wet wipe to clean the rest of the transfer off. So I'm using a microfiber towel, and I'm just going to lay my clean transfer sticky side up on that towel, set it aside so that it can dry. So now we're ready to go to the next layer, but before we do that, I'm going to use my hair dryer on a cool setting to dry my Chalkology paste. One of my favorite things to do is combine Chalkology paste and or Couture inks together to create custom colors. To create the gold that I want, I'm going to be using a little bit of the bumblebee paste and the shimmer copper Couture ink, just mixing it well. making sure it's the consistency of yogurt. So now I'm ready to apply my custom color using one of the bee transfers from Sweeter Than Honey. I'm just going to fuzz it up a little bit and place it down. Apply the paste and push it through. Quickly lift it up after removing as much of the paste that you can using your squeegee, and that allows you to use it a second time without having to clean it. So I can quickly clean this transfer just by spritzing it with water and using a wet wipe to clean off the paste or our custom color that we've created here, just using a wet wipe or a disinfectant wipe. So use enough water and the wipes to get it clean, removing all of your paste or ink from your silkscreen transfer. And now we're ready to fuzz it again so that we can use it again on our project. And that helps to dry it as well. So carefully placing it back where I want it. And I'm just going to use some of the Bubble Bee Chalkology paste quickly to add one more of those bees in a different color. And we're going to dry it with a hair dryer on a cool setting. Now, when you are using Couture inks, they take longer to dry, so just know that. They are not permanent unless they are heat set. So we have the beehive, and I'm just going to place that down, get out any air bubbles. And I'm just going to use the Couture ink in Shimmering Copper. I'm not going to mix it with anything. I'm just going to use it. Apply the paste with a small squeegee, take off the excess and peel to reveal, and dry with the hair dryer on a cool setting. So there's one more bee in this transfer, and I am going to place it after fuzzing. If you do not have a fuzzing cloth, you can use your shirt, your apron. I usually wear an apron when I'm chalking. Anything that, a towel is fine. So you don't have to have a fuzzing cloth, but they are wonderful. I will tell you that. So I'm just quickly cleaning this transfer, drying it off. And one more time, I'm going to place it. Use my finger to gently press it down, making sure there are not any air bubbles. I'm being careful not to lay my transfer on top of the hive because it is Couture ink and it takes longer to dry. So I didn't want to let my transfer touch it. Now, I save my custom paste in these little small containers that you can pick up at the Dollar Tree in the craft section. So I just put it in there, and then if I need it, I can use it later. There is a little spot on one of my bees that needs a little touch up, so I'm just wetting a paintbrush, dipping it into the little container, getting a little bit of the paste, the custom paste color, and dabbing it on, and we're ready to dry our project. The Sweeter Than Honey transfer has this great little design at the very top, and so I'm going to use that as just the last touch to this project. So I'm just going to quickly fuzz this I've not used this part of the transfer before, so I'm going to do it about 5 times. And again, I'm using the fuzzing cloth, which isn't necessary, but it is a great tool. So I'm going to take my time to place the transfer where I want it. And I want to make sure to not allow my transfer to touch the area of ink that is still a little tacky to touch. So I've just put my finger there. I'm quickly applying the shimmer gold ink and then coming right back with the small squeegee, removing it, putting it back in the jar, and peel to reveal. And this project is complete. Thanks for coming by. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to join my team, I would love to have you. Please check out the link.